So there you have it. Anthony Joshua is facing Robert Helenius as a late replacement on 5 days' notice. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days' notice to face Anthony Joshua. Probably, it's a fight that I think probably makes sense for Anthony Joshua because this Wilder fight looks like it's happening. If you want to prepare for something like Deontay Wilder, Dillian White 6'3", Robert Helenius is 6'7", the same height as Wilder. He's got a long reach like Wilder, not as long, but it is a long reach like Wilder, and he can bang. So in terms of the perfect fight to get you ready for something like Deontay Wilder will be Robert Helenius. Maybe not the name that we're all wanting, because like everybody else, I was wanting to see the Dillian White fight because I thought that if anyone was going to bring that old Anthony Joshua back, that spiteful, horrible, boom, get at you with a one-punch knockout, was going to be Dillian White. He was going to get that old Anthony Joshua out of AJ. Am I mad about the fight? I mean, for 5 days' notice to save the show after what Dillian White coming back with an adverse finding in his drug sample, his sample. No, I'm not mad at the fight. I think that when we were talking about names like Hrgovic, too dangerous, 5 days' notice, I know he's going to be on the card, but what would happen to McKean? So it's like Mark Bacoli, different network, different promoter, 5 days' notice, again, too dangerous if that Wilder fight is happening. But what I'm expecting, though, what I'm hoping, is I expect Anthony Joshua to get Helenius out there in 4 rounds. That's what Joshua needs to do. He needs to put on a performance like that to get everyone. There's the AJ that we miss. Do I believe he's going to stop Helenius? Yes. But I mean, obviously everyone's going to go on that Deontay Wilder stopped him in the first round. But it's heavyweight boxing, man, and Deontay Wilder is a concussive one-punch power puncher, man. So, I mean, you're going to compare Wilder's win to Joshua's win. So if Joshua doesn't get him out there in 4 rounds, everyone's going to be talking about, but Wilder done it in 1 round and whatnot. But styles make fights. Every fight approaches an opponent differently. Do you know what I mean? But I'm expecting a dirty knockout from Anthony Joshua. I mean, fair play to Eddie Hearn for finding an opponent and late notice. Robert Helenius he's already fought after the Wilder fight, and he's defeated an unbeaten opponent with I think it was 5-0 with 5 knockouts or something along them lines, and he stopped him in 3 rounds. So Robert Helenius, even though it's not opposition at the elite level, he does carry power, and he is dangerous in his own sense. He took White 12 rounds. Do you know what I mean? But he has been beat by top level opponents. Do you know what I mean? I think Gerald Washington as well, who's fighting on the cards, fought him as well. So, I mean, the heavyweight division is the heavyweight division. But who could have Anthony Joshua really have fought? I mean, we discussed it. I mean, you've got the big Russian guy as well, who's 17. I can't remember his name now. It's going to annoy me. He's based out in Canada now. You've got all these guys, but I think Robert Helenius, the fact that the Wilder fight looks good for Joshua in December, the fact that Helenius has fought Wilder, they've sparred together, Robert Helenius and Anthony Joshua, they've shared hundreds around with each other, so they know each other. Maybe Robert Helenius is looking at that in spars and thinking, you know what, I know what Anthony Joshua brings, I know what I can do to get the win against Anthony Joshua, and Joshua's thinking the same. He's probably thinking, you know what, Robert Helenius is a good opponent. He's been there. He's fought the top level. He's beat some good guys. Adam Kalinakis was a good fighter, even though he's lost his last few. Well, he's an okay fighter. I don't want to say he's a good fighter. He's a good heavyweight. Again, opponents for Anthony Joshua, who could he have picked? Let's be honest. But I just think that to keep this Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight on track, I think that this fight makes sense in that sense, because it's a fight Anthony Joshua should win. He will win, and I think he'll stop him. And I'm hoping he stops him before the 4th round, or in 4 rounds. I think Joshua needs that, but we'll wait and see. The show goes on, which is good. Although, I mean, I'm gutted I'm not seeing Dillian White versus Anthony Joshua, because, like I said, that was maybe a last chance saloon for Dillian White. He was probably going to come swinging, and I thought that Dillian White would have brought that old AJ back, that spiteful, horrible AJ that we all love and miss. But listen, I'm not mad at the fight. It's happening. Anthony Joshua, Robert Helenius, they've sparred together. Like I said, Helenius is perfect prep for Deontay Wilder. Same size, almost the same sort of build, although Helenius is probably 30 pounds heavier. But like I say, I'm not mad at the fight. Like some people will be mad at the fight because Robert Helenius, like, who's he? What's he done? He's always been beat by top level opposition. But AJ gets through this. Wilder gets on with Andy Ruiz and gets past Andy Ruiz. If that ever happens, I mean, they keep talking like the fight's close, Wilder and Ruiz, and then we can see Joshua and Wilder in December or whenever that might be. So, listen, it is what it is. Fair play to Eddie Hearn for getting an opponent on 5 days' notice, 6 days' notice, whatever it was. But like I say, perfect prep for AJ. What's your thoughts? Let me know. Boom.